Thank you. And welcome to our 51st annual holiday concert here on the campus of UW-Rock County. It's our pleasure to be playing for you this evening. So, you know, lately we've been serving refreshments. And last year we had hot chocolate, lots of it. But it got a little bit lukewarm at best. You know, and it's like, what good is hot chocolate if it's not hot, right? So we're gonna try something different this year. We're taking our intermission right now. So you can rush out there and get cookies and pastries and hot chocolate and coffee. Now, I don't drink coffee personally. I'm a Coca-Cola guy. My grandmother, she would laugh. I had like 1 cup of coffee in front of her and she laughed her head off, you know? It's true. That's when I was like 7. But the point is, coffee for those who want it. So we're all taking a break right now for 20 minutes or so, I'm not kidding. Go out there, get treats, bring them back in here. Seriously, yes, go, you're the first. First one, first come, first serve. Band 2, all right, let's go, intermission. All right, so I hope everybody is filled up with treats. And indeed, we're leaving the doors open. So if you have the urge to go out and get more, help yourself. You can even bring it in here. We used to have like really strict rules. No food in the auditorium, right? But those days have left long ago. We always make sure we leave some for the custodial staff though too, right? It's like their extra payment for helping clean up our mess after we're done. On with the concert. Our next selection, actually our first selection was Gaudete, which is a medieval tune performed a lot during Christmas time. And indeed, we took it a little bit slower than the written tempo, but you hear it in all types of different versions. Our next selection is officially called the Ukrainian Bell Carol. Now, of course, Ukraine is on our minds a lot, one way or another. And I saw this in our library, I thought, ooh, interesting. But it sure does sound a heck of a lot like Hark, Hark Hear the Bells, yeah. Still, that is the tune. Then there are some other tunes woven into this version. It's a school band version by Richard Salcido. But here it is, Ukrainian Bell Carol. Thank you. So this year, I decided to chock full our program with all types of tunes. You know, some years we've had less. Actually, my reasoning was that, it's going to snow this year or something, right? Let's get you home before it snows. But we've merged with Whitewater, and so our schedule has changed a little bit. Our semester, I should say, ends a week early. So it's still like summer out there practically, right? You know? It's like we had fifth summer, right? And like, remember November 14th wasn't even that long ago. And suddenly it snowed like an inch, right? And it gets warm again. It's beautiful. I love it. You know, it's never a dull moment. You probably have to mow your grass tomorrow at this rate, right? Our next selection is a bit of a more serious tone. And indeed, like I mentioned, there's a lot of music on this concert, and some of it tends to be on the serious side, some on the lighter side. This is a tune called Salvation is Created. Of course, this is Christmas time for those who are Christians, honoring the birth of Jesus Christ. And with that said, this piece basically, it kind of shows that, if you will. But it's a Russian traditional song. And this version, I do have to look. Apologies. Well, it's Bruce Houseknecht is the arranger. I guess that's all I need to know. Oh, it's, I need bifocals. It's Chernikov. I don't know who that is. Hey, how's it going? All right, so, yes, here it is. Salvation is created. Our next selection is from the Rafe Vaughan Williams Suite, and this is Wassail. Now, of course, This is based on the traditional holiday tune, so you'll recognize it. But with Ralph Vaughan Williams arranging it, it has a bit more flair to it. Thank you very much. Now we come to March of the Toys. And for me, and I believe for most in the band, it will always be affiliated with the memory of John Schrader. And so John Schrader passed away suddenly last year. And he passed away the day after our October concert. And certainly we were all shocked by that and saddened. But glad that we got to see John one last time. And glad that we were able to do many good things with John over the years. John and I had spoken that night before he passed about both of us getting our E-flat alto horns. So you'll see them here in a minute. But how it works is these are little, they look like miniature baritone horns. But they're in E-flat. And oftentimes French horn players, in the old days, they'd play them on the field in marching band. They replaced the F horns. But you know, they're a little bit easier to carry, and they also project a little more. But long story short, it adds a special flair to the music. And so in John's memory, we will now play March of the Toys forever with the peck horns. That's a nickname for them, or peck horns. However, I have something else to share with you as well. Unfortunately, that Judy Figi, a longtime member of the band, also has passed away rather recently and rather suddenly as well. She played bass clarinet and regular clarinet along with E-flat clarinet with our band for a long time. as well as clarinet, actually bass clarinet typically, in the Beloit-Janesville Symphony. So a moment of silence for those two folks who have left us. All right, and now we will play March of the Toys, directed by David V. Meister, and I'm playing first peckhorn. Come on, Dave. very much. I am pleased to say as tradition lives on. Theron Schrader is playing with the band, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause, playing on bass saxophone. Indeed. I think it's probably high time to look around the band and see who's dressed in what kind of outfits. I think some people decided to go conservative this year. I see some folks without any holiday outfit on. That's actually fine, not a big deal. Did I scare anybody? Sorry. So, yes, let's see, we got, wait a minute. Is that a lit up trumpet back there in the trumpet section? Show that thing, Ken, come on, show it to us. Look at that, oh! It lights up and it plays, indeed. Lots of Santa hats, elf hats. Let's see what else. Ooh, a reindeer shirt. Look at that, John. That's really snazzy. Oh, but the snazziest, I must admit, sorry, John, is probably Ray Stahl on tuba. Go ahead, Ray, stand up and show him that beautiful, it's a suit, friends, a suit. I want one. I even went a little bit conservative. Like some years I've worn, lights and garland. I just said, I'm too old for that, right? I've been doing this for 20 years now. Can you believe it? It's fun. I really do enjoy it, and I look forward to doing it for another 20 more. However, we have this concert to get through first, and so our next selection is Gustav Holst's Christmas Day, arranged by Larry Dane. And so Gustav Holst was professor at Morley College, I believe it was, in England. And his students, he was a composer, a pretty well-known composer even by 1910, and students were like, come on, Professor Holst, you gotta write us something for Christmas, and it's like, okay, fine. So he scratched this thing out here, which combines ancient carols, as part of the title goes. And indeed, it's become rather enduring in England and other places, and this is a very tasteful transcription for band. I encourage you to go check out, a performance of this, either on YouTube or wherever, to listen to the original version with orchestra and choir. It's great, but this also is a lovely version. So here it is, Gustav Holst's Christmas Day, and it has a lot of tunes you'll recognize. Thank you. Of course, it's not called the holidays just for some reason. It's the holidays because there are all types of different peoples that celebrate at this time of year. This is also the time of Hanukkah. It's also the time of Kwanzaa. It's also the time of the winter solstice. It's also, if you watched Seinfeld back in the 1990s, right, it's the Festivus Bowl. I mean, who could you miss that, right? Yeah, so I think some of you were quoting out there. It's like a religion to you. But yes, there are all types of different things going on right now. And the eighth candle celebrates the Jewish faith. It's also a band favorite. So here it is. yes, I would be remiss if I forgot to mention this fact. So we have people here in the band who have played in the band for every decade since this campus opened. Actually, longer than 51 years ago. We have folks who played here in the 1960s, in the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. Yes. So our band represents the history of this campus. I think some folks don't even realize that necessarily, but it's true. And we will continue on to the future with these folks as the foundation of our group, and it's so exciting. And so, speaking of doing things a lot, you know, these next two tunes we've played a lot. I could just do them from memory. Now, I like to scare the groups a little bit, especially the orchestra, right? I'm going to direct from memory. Yeah, probably not for most things. But Christmas Festival and Sleigh Ride, I'm gonna prove to you right now. Here we go. Ready? I'm not even gonna look at it. That's Christmas Festival. They'll see the band's afraid now, right? Like, I've been doing this for 20 years. There's actually one spot that I always mess up in there, but they know that, you know. So, here, first ever done from memory by anybody in the world except 10,000 other people. A Christmas Festival by Roy Anderson. No, this piece here, it's traditional in American holiday repertoire, right? You hear it all over the place. More a sleigh ride, though, nowadays. There's like 20 different versions of it, but Christmas Festival still is out there a lot. And so we're going to play it for you. Thank you. Really, it's the band does all the work, I mean, seriously. It's like, I wonder how conductors do it. I think I know, because, like the flutes, for example, they're ready to go when their parts are there, right? They don't need me to cue them. They're cueing me to play their part, right? Think about that. No one's laughing. Uh-oh. All right, but I'm going to continue my amazing skills and talents by also not doing Sleigh Ride with a score. This one's actually easier. Yeah, look at. Can I even sit down here? No, I really can't, because I'll probably fall over. But I grew up with these tunes. Did you ever have 150 Christmas classics when you were growing up? K-Tel, the records, right? Yeah. So Sleigh Ride and Christmas Festival, every holiday season time, played on the record 1,000 times, It's in me. In fact, if the Leroy Anderson Band is hiring, I'm here. Just give me a call. I'm ready. Sleigh Ride. Thank you. Oh my gosh, what time is it? Is Santa on his way already? Oh man, we better end our concert then. Make sure everybody gets home to bed on time. I don't know, even some of the adults were telling me, it's past my bedtime already. Of course, you're going to have a sugar crash when you get home, right? Yeah, it's going to help you. Oh, we have some decorations here, too. By the way, this tree, I did purchase this tree with taxpayer money, of course, And indeed, it's truly department funds. But I bought this at Kmart here in town 20 years ago. It's still chugging along. Actually, the garland's original, too. We added some LED lights. Indeed, the old incandescents have kind of gone away. Candy canes, though. Someone's going to eat these. My kids will. And the train. Scott Jordan has provided that. Yes, I'm quoting Green Eggs and Ham, right? Will you eat them on a train? A train. But it does add a nice touch. Some traditions, they manage to last a long time. I don't know. Maybe I'll direct these from memory next year. My back holds out. Well, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate it. I'm sure there are some treats left out there. Please take them because I don't want to eat them. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's too much for my belly. But not for you. If you take just a little bit at a time, it'll be good. But seriously, thank you so much for coming. Watch out for the drunkard. What? What is he talking about? The drunkard? How dare he? So, Henry Smith was a writer back around 1850. And at that time, you see, you had the temperance movement going on. And also, abolitionists were hot and heavy. 1850s were a very tumultuous time in the United States. Indeed, it was also very popular to have folks like Henry Russell from England tour America and sing songs like, "Woodman, spare that tree." Ever hear that one? It's like an environmental song from the 1840s. I'm not kidding. And so this Henry White fellow, he created basically like morality plays. The Drunkard is one of those. It basically discusses the bad vibes from drinking too much and all the trouble. Well, as it turns out, Barry Manilow, yes, that Barry Manilow, back in the 1960s, wrote a version of it, which actually, it encourages audience participation. Have you ever seen Rocky Horror Show? It's not like that so much. But indeed, people get to do stuff in the audience and throw things. Yes, this is actually kind of like that. I almost think Rocky Horror was inspired by this show. Anyway, it's coming to URock in April. Look out for it. There'll be press. You never know where the drunkard might lie. However, with all that said, once again, happy holidays from our family to yours. Thank you so much for coming. Grab a treat as you go. And here's our final selection. It's the most wonderful time of the year.